There we go. I wish there was a way I could lock that, so I wasn't constantly dragging them around. But that should be everything we need. Takerosh, looking dapper, my friend. Thank you very much. Glad to still be with you after 22 months. Thank you. That is incredibly kind of you. I really appreciate it, mate. Alright, so with that setup, we now have access to earth crystals, which means anywhere that needs them can have them. Over here, we don't need them. This place is doing fine with basics. I mean, it's got 2 people in each, but I could replace that, actually. Still, we have earth crystals in the main part of our empire. Now, we do need a way to move the earth crystals around. Now, what I could do is, since earth crystals can get over here, earth crystals could get down here. Now then, that is a very, very, very good point. And since we're going to be moving earth crystals so bloody far, yeah, let's make a little area for the transmission of crystals around our empire. Let's pick a place. I mean, it's right next to the research areas over here, so that's kind of cool. And also, it's next to our silo as well. If we made a way to get to the silo from whatever we're about to build, I'm liking what I'm thinking. I am indeed like it. Goodbye, flower. You were beautiful. Beautiful butterfly. There we go. We've now got a little dock. And what are we going to do with this little dock? Well, you'll see in a moment. Firstly, we're going to build out little bridges. Then we're going to put some decoration. Naturally, we want lampposts. There we are. So any ships will know where to go. We're getting there, everyone. Right, I'm going to make this no filter. This is going to be for delivering crystals to the school, should the school require crystals, which it almost always will. We are going to want now, we're getting to the point now we want something fairly sturdy. We're going to have a barn for the delivery of crystals to this side. So, for example, fire crystals. Will they ever need anything else? Possibly not. But let's set up ready for a barn. So this will be our barn landing, and this will be the barn coming in, and this one will be the barn going out, I would say. Or this could be in both directions, realistically. We kind of want to even out the input and the output. We want to share the materials between them. So that there's always a stock of crystals here for delivery to the rest of the empire. I would need a lot of logistics to do what I'm thinking, so I'm going to try and veer away from that. Because as much as I know some people really do find that very interesting to watch, I am also aware that there's at least as many people who find it incredibly draining to try and follow what I'm doing. So we're going to err on the side of caution. We're going to build one barn in particular, and it will face this way. We'll pop it there. And this barn is going to have filters on each specific location. We want fire crystals. Why is that got mana crystals in it? Something was literally just waiting to deliver them. We'll have water crystals, earth crystals, and air crystals. That's all I want in this barn. There we go. Now we could have a packager which takes a couple of these and delivers them based on a need to various silos that can hold a certain amount. That should be fine. Now a packager can only decompress or compress. I don't think you can have it go both ways. Let me have a quick look. Packager. Can you have this go both ways? Can I tell it to both package and unpackage? No. It can only do one or t'other. So, what? No. Stop. Naughty. Damn it. Please stop. No. Empty this. That bloody card. You're a menace. But what I'm thinking of having is I would like something that can unpackage packaged crystals into this barn for use in this part, and then a second one which will accept packaged crystals for delivery elsewhere. I think that would be fine, actually. That would be quite fine. So we can accept packaged crystals at the packager here. We can then have them available. So fire crystals could be packaged. They can be brought over to the packager, which will then unload them in here. Now, I specifically want to mark this as... we'll get rid of you. Can I tell this to be anything in particular? No, I can't. Oh, well, that's quite awful. I can't specifically tell this to do anything. It's gathering mana crystals from over here and then just randomly dropping them off here, which isn't exactly what I want. Unpack from crates. That shouldn't be too bad for me right now. And we'll have conveyors just removing in this direction. Now, the problem here is that I've got more than 3 separate outputs, so I'll have to have something like this as well. And then logistics blocks so that I can handle each of the different types of mana. And none of these are the mana that I want to be outputting. Can I not remove this at all? Vexing. To an extreme. Can I just delete you then? Well, delete it just to clear it out. Then I'll have to destroy these blocks as well. But the idea here then is to gather the different flavors of mana and store them in the barn. Should they be available to me, then that's ultimately what I'd like to do. Actually, let's, there's no reason to use the higher tier conveyor belts here. Absolutely none. Let's go for fire crystals, water crystals, earth crystals. Now the only issue here is that it's possible that the packager is going to get overfull. We'll see how that goes. Hello, Vidani. But Vidania, I always say Vidani first, and I always correct myself to Vidania. One day I will learn to get it right the first time. One day. Alright, so we'll pop down the packager once again. This time we will set it up as only unpack from crates. There we go. So with that, we should receive the crates and then be able to drop off in this barn for use in the rest of the Empire in some capacity. Alternatively, we could... wait, what are you doing? Okay, fine. That's okay. You're not going to be doing something annoying. Alternatively, though, we could have a separate loading dock for taking packaged mana elsewhere. That wouldn't be a bad one. And then I could tell it to offload over there specifically to ensure that we had a decent supply. In fact, I could have just a barn for packaged mana down here with a wagon set to deliver that mana over there should there be availability for it. That makes a lot of sense. I think I'd enjoy that. We may be able to set that up, or we could even have the barn just down here for that matter. Or even over there, and then immediately delivering in. That would not be a problem, and then we could have specific inventory management logistics, which is very simple logistics, just watching the inventory in this barn and allowing mana to flow in. That would actually be a fairly easy setup. So let's go ahead and get that going, shall we? There we are. And we're going to want some wooden supports then around here. I know I should be using hotkeys. I'm not gonna. And in fact, we can have the wooden supports coming out the side too. There we go. That is not terribly bad. We actually want the wooden supports simply so that we can have a path running along this direction. Though we're going to need some sort of connection there for me to allow a conveyor to handle that part. So we're going to need this out a little bit further. There we are. There we go. We can get rid of that part there. Okay, this sort of works. I could have a stone path leading up, in fact. Sure, why not? Which means that I then want to expand this out a little bit more. My lord, our poor waterfront, it's just gone. This is why they moved out of this town. This is precisely why. There we go. This should only accept packaged items. But this is the issue. Okay, well, if I'm just going to set that up on the main, then I may as well just have any old item filter here. But I really want this to be... I wonder if the item crate here, if I say it can only be an item crate, but it can be an... This is like for earth crystals. We'll see. We can easily test this. We can actually very easily test this. I'll set this up like so, and I'll leave a gap there. Now, if this doesn't go as I hope, then what will happen is the item will be deposited, the packaged earth crystal will be deposited in this row. If it plays out the way, and unfortunately, I suspect it will. Right, so with that done, we need to set up the packager on this side. Now, packagers are very nice in that they don't require any staff, which is particularly good. We'll build up a little area down here. Oops. There we go. And once again, I'm not using the hotkeys, because I am a bad Aavak. There we go. Right. We'll use a little road coming along. Actually, we don't need these. Let's get rid of that. We want to package it down here. These things are costly to make, but so useful. Package into crates. Oh, you know what? On second thoughts, I do actually want it further back, because that way we can have a silo in front, and we can use the packager to just fill that silo over time. Alright. I would like a conveyor belt, and for this one we are going to go with the mechanized conveyors. Nice little grabber there. There we go. Perfect. Who needs a waterfront when you can build Factory Town Venice? It's pretty much, yeah. Considering how little time Venice has still got left, considering the way that the water level is rising, I'm not sure that this is a good thing for us. Right, let's get the... yeah, we need the grabbers. I should make a layer for that, but there we go. Ah, the packaged earth crystals. Can I filter for that? Is there any way that I can do that? If I tell it to only accept earth crystals, will it continue to accept them? I should be able to pull that. Okay, no, it won't. But if I tell it to accept packaged items, it can. If I tell this to accept earth crystals, can it? It does. If I tell this to accept depleted water crystals, will it? No, that takes precedence, it seems. Okay, well, it was a good try. I don't think there's any way to specifically control what is packaged. Packable item or item crate? No. Oh well. Donk. We'll just have to try and set it up carefully then, in that case. Because this is going to allow anything in, which is not exactly what we wanted. Oh, there is another way that I could do that. I could have separate silos. That might be a way of us getting around this problem. A series of silos, 4 separate silos, each for the different types of mana. That might work. I'd need access to the waterfront for each of them, though, so that we could collect by boat. And that poses its own kind of problem. We could just assume that this one's always going to have raw mana and then just deal with that directly. It isn't exactly the best way of doing it, but it also isn't the worst way of doing it. It's slightly less efficient. I wonder though, am I able to tell this to contain a certain item? No. Can I tell this to contain a certain item? No. It doesn't allow me to filter by packaged item at all, and that is wildly frustrating. But oh well, that is fine. We're just going to have to live with that one. I think we're just going to delete everything that's over here. It was a good idea, but unfortunately we don't have the granality on our filters to make it really work the way I was hoping. Which is fine. We can deal with that. We'll replace this one with a regular tile there. There we go. This should still work. So, with that done, we need a wagon to start hauling all of these packaged crates along. Or rather, a caravan. Right, there we go. I want you to deliver packaged earth crates all the way over to the packager. That is quite the long trip you've got there, but you are carrying a redonkulous amount of earth crystals directly. So that's quite cool. And once they get in there, they'll start being fed out. And then we can set up wagons to remove items as needed. We can just have boats, in fact, remove items as needed, at least over to there. And indeed, over to the rest of this place as well. We've currently got a fire crystal area, which is accepting... Well, actually, we're delivering fire crystals down here, and then we're delivering them elsewhere into the... How many fire crystals are there? Okay, you know what? I want you to unload this entire inventory over into this barn. Can you? I don't know. We'll see. How much can you carry? You can already carry far, far more than this barn can store. I'm going to have to upgrade it so it's got a storage capacity of 100 just to take what you can bring. My lord. But that's not too bad. Ultimately, this will help out. So let's get that over there. Dunk. Perfect. So our one caravan can bring 40 crystals at a time. It's glorious. We should be able to empty that silo fairly quickly. Then we can set this silo up to accept earth crystals. And that will allow us to eventually, and at long last, deliver them over here. Now again, this is completely surplus to demand. 100% surplus to demand. I do not need this on any level for any reason, because I could simply transport it via a silo. Just fill a silo with earth crystals and then move the entire silo. But that just feels cheap. Cheap and nasty. There we go. And we'll have a little path down there. There we are. Actually, should this should not be a stone path, no. Should be a regular dirt path. There we go. We'll just connect up there. Now, I would like you to accept earth crystals, please. Have you got anything left? No, that's fine. I would like you to bring some earth crystals over. Earth crystals, over there. Go. Now, what I should probably do... I can't limit the silo in any capacity, any meaningful way anyway. But we need to set up a little earth shrine over here. Now, currently... Could we double this up for earth and fire crystals? I think we might be able to. It would take a little bit of effort, but currently it's just outputting whatever, and the fire crystals go this way. I could have one for earth crystals going this way and down there, and then much the same, just offloading those crystals into the mana connector here, and then they could be all be recharged. I think that's a pretty solid idea. Let's get logistics blocks. I want a filter. Now, can I get a little bit more info on that? Where are we? Filter. Blocks that only allow specified items to pass. Good. Pop in a filter there. And I want this filter, item filter, fire crystal. That should do. Donk. So fire crystals can pass through. Earth crystals will not be able to pass through. Next up, we want mana pipes. So now what I need to do is build the filter first, so that fire crystals don't move through it. Donk. There we go. That should work. And now with that, we should be able to build out the mana pipes. Like so. And then this can travel across there. And eventually, our earth crystals will connect up there. Like so. Well, no, we don't want that to work that way. We want it to work this way. So that each one can independently offload its crystals. There we go. Now, that should, even though, well, this is getting a little bit full there, so earth crystals won't be able to move through until fire crystals get consumed, but it's not great. You typically want a bigger buffer, if I'm honest, to ensure that this doesn't fill up. What you could do is you could use logistics with this particular thing, or you could just make the pipes a lot longer. And in this case, that is a significantly easier problem to fix. So we'll get rid of that. I want to copy this. Thank you. I want this one to be for earth crystals only. This one to be for fire crystals only. And then we go back to building the pipes. Now that should hopefully have enough of a buffer now that the amount of fire crystals we've got here is never going to choke this up. Likewise though, again, if you've got a buffer, then you could set this up to only allow fire crystals through. Like you could have a stockpile of fire crystals in a silo and only allow fire crystals out of that silo into the transmitter if there is room to receive a fire crystal. So on and so forth. It wouldn't be too bad. But let's set up the earth crystals are just going to go straight in here. So there's actually no more setup needed. So let's instead I would like the pipes to go around like this just to avoid potentially messing these up. Can these have any kind of booster that we can make? No. It'll probably be an air booster for those. Right, so with that done, we should have a silo entirely full of earth crystals. Yep. Well, that does not surprise me. Let's get a wagon to move some of that over there. So earth crystals over to the mana transmitter, please and thank you. We probably don't need that many. Do we even want them here? I mean, sure, why not, eh? Let's pop these earth boosters down. There we go. So both of these will output a little bit more, but we're going to have to make sure that we don't overstuff this with earth crystals. If I have a look in the charges are typically not being overfed, which is great. Here we go. There goes the caravan. It's got to wind a merry path through. But let's go back to the overview now. Oops, let's close that. There we are. That's perfect. More earth crystals coming down. This one has already consumed all of its earth crystals. This one won't consume any more earth crystals. Well, actually, it does a little bit, but at a very slow rate because it's producing much slower than our grain farm. I think another delivery, full delivery of earth crystals should be everything we need. These are now actually full, so we're going to need to add in at least, I would say, 2 more. 2 more charges to keep everything flowing at maximum capacity. But that should be fine. Once I see a wagon on its way, probably one of these. Aavak, there were some items in the filter list that looked like crystals in crates, just FYI. I'll have a look at that in a moment. Zangiri, thank you very much for making me aware. Where is the wagon with the crystals in it? Oh, there it is. Oh, it probably can't offload. Is this full? Is it unable to accept the crystals? I'm curious. But let's have a quick look at this. So in the filter list, I don't see any crystals in crates. We've got fire crystals, air crystals, item crates, packageable items. We've got the depleted forms of the crystals, so when they've discharged their energy, they are a different sort of crystal. And over here we've got the magic books. So I'm not sure if we've got... Yeah. Doesn't appear to work. Can we offload this? There we go, that's a bit better. That's what we need to see. Now these, unfortunately, do take a while to process their input, so I'm going to need probably another... Oops. We'll rotate that around. And we could go for another 3, honestly, but I'm not entirely taken by that idea. Let's try it with 2. Gonna need you. There we are. Now, we could balance this a lot better than they're currently balancing it, without a doubt. In fact... Let's get... Yeah, we'll balance this a lot better by flicking these around, I think. There we go. Then we can have a separate splitter there. We'll need a grabber on this side as a result, but it should allow us to get everything split up a little bit more evenly. There we are. Now, let's have a look at everything in the pipe network then. Well, now that we're feeding it in this direction, we probably want a splitter there as well. Let's rotate that, actually. Can I even see it? That is more than a little frustrating. Because I can't actually see the direction it's looking in. Can we... There we go. That's a bit of a problem. I just have to work out which direction it is by listening to the audio feedback, but that isn't terrible. I don't think we've got nearly enough charging capacity right now with the added earth crystals. If I took this away, it would be better, because there'd be far fewer earth crystals moving into the system. Or far fewer crystals in total moving into the system. Right now, these earth crystals aren't really needed. It is speeding this up for, you know, what it's worth. It's just not necessary to speed them up. This one doesn't even have a full input of crystals, which is a little bit frustrating. I mean, we could split it a lot more evenly. If I had 3 and 3. All right, for the sake of symmetry. I know, I'm terrible. Do something like this instead. So we'll get rid of these. I know I just nuked a bunch of crystals. Right. We are going to want to move these. Actually, no, we just want to get rid of these. I want to move you. Just one across. About here would do as well as anywhere else. Have one there, have one there. There we go. This will now evenly split everything. But we do need to set up the mana pipes properly. So copy this. Oh, copy. There we go. There we are. And these will now be very evenly split between all of our charging devices. Oh, they're not connected properly. I missed that. There we go. There we go. All done and done. All of the crystals moving through the network, as they should, hopefully. This should mean that, by and large, these are not getting overused. Hopefully, we can actually empty these out over time. You know what? If that had always been the case, then we probably didn't even need the third one, but oh well. They should eventually finish discharging everything on this side. We'll see. They may just kind of be stuck for now, but let's have a look. Is this looking a little bit healthier? A little bit healthier. Not a huge amount healthier, but, you know, good enough, I would say.